Friday Night with Friends, meet Indigo. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I should change her name to Indy, short form, maybe that's a little bit more trendy, but for now we're just gonna stick with Indigo. Yeah, I mean, people shorten my name all the time. Tiffany, Tiff, yeah, it doesn't matter, I kind of go either way. So I guess if you want to call her Indy, you can. If you want to call her Indigo, I think she's fine with that. She hasn't really said much. She actually doesn't really talk. If you were ever interested in embellishing a pour, my recommendation and takeaways and things I would pass on to somebody else. A couple of things. So first off, when you saw me do the base chaos, when you saw me do the base chaos and the swipe over, obviously I have to run some of that paint off because if I don't, it'll be way too thick and it'll never dry. And it has the potential of cracking. So all that runoff, I actually collect off my silicone mat when it's done. That way then I also have the custom color. So if anything ever has to be touched up or I need to paint a dress or some type of a clothing item. And I also typically use it for the lip. What I like about using the paint that's been mixed with my pouring medium is especially on the lip, it'll give it like an extra sheen similar to the actual acrylic pour. So it kind of mimics like lipstick, if I was gonna say what that would be to me. And same with the dress, like it just gives it a little bit of a shimmer that you wouldn't get typically from just acrylic paint. When it comes to embellishing the skin and the tone of the skin, I keep it pretty simple. I typically use titanium white buff by Amsterdam. And I also use like a burnt umber. I find that, you know, with the variation of utilizing both of those colors together or separately, I can get variation in hues for skin tones that seem to work. And you could darken this right up and make it as dark as you wanted to, depending on ethnicity or shading or whatever you wanted to do. I tend to stick more with the paler tones just because I'm a pasty girl at heart. That's kind of, So it's easier for me if I'm wanting to understand like how light and shading and stuff work on my own skin, then I can just stand in the mirror, shine light around certain areas just to find out kind of what happens to my face as I do that. This is the very first time I've done a lip like this. So, and also the very first time I've ever done teeth. And teeth can be kind of tricky, right? You don't want them to be like bright white, goofy looking. You don't want them to look like horse teeth or anything. So I think I did kind of okay. And this is the first time I've done this style of lip, which is the writing of the lip. I stared in myself in the mirror, which is not one of my favorite things to do. Just to get a better understanding of kind of what the lip does and the shading of the lip. I haven't quite got it down pat, but we're getting there. I might do this lip style again or a different lip. I don't know. Again, like I've said before, I like the thick, kissable, voluptuous lips. So I tend to make them a little bit bigger.
As I mentioned, this is a Friday night with friends. Coming after me is Nate Bright Art. Then following him will be Pouring Together with Lance Travis, followed by Cindy at Cynthia Porter Studio. Then I think it's Acrylic Creations by JWitty, so Janet. And of course, as always, it's Art by Donna M, rounding out as our caboose this evening. I hate using that term. Rounding out the evening, as you're pouring your last cocktail potentially, it's Art by Donna M. And please meet us over on Nate's channel as we continue this fun evening of Friday Night with Friends. I won't be here every Friday. It's in the middle of the night typically for me, but every once in a while I will join. We'll see how it goes. If I can stay awake late enough, then I don't mind joining. And don't forget also, there's so many things I would need to tell you. Again, we have a Christmas in July collaboration, which kicks off tomorrow, goes across 3 days, 25 artists. I hope you'll join us back for that. I will list all those details as well as the people that are premiering after me this evening in the description box below. So you better go down there because there's lots of information down there that you kind of need to know. I do have another one dropping next Wednesday potentially. I might actually do a premiere by myself in my time zone that works. I don't know if that interests anybody. I guess I'm gonna find out if nobody shows up. Could happen, but that's okay. I'll be there chatting to myself, me, myself, and I, the three of us will have a great old time. And maybe I'll talk to my dog because I do that a lot. Anyway, ciao for now. And if you happen to like this content, I got a couple more videos that you can watch to entertain yourself.